Hello, everyone. No, you are struggling to not do videos really late at night. I'm fine. I'm doing them at a normal time. It's you that's really late. I'm getting it perfectly and doing them exactly when I need to. No, I'm tired. Again, wow. Right. Need to start planning this. But, Rebecca and I have just watched Bohemian Rhapsody. And that's what I'm going to talk about because what a movie! What a goddamn movie! What a movie! Holy smokes. It's so good. It is genuinely so good. Now, it's not the first time I've watched it. You know, I watched it when it came out as well. I haven't waited over 2 years to watch this movie. It's the second time, and it is no less good the second time round. It is such a phenomenal movie. I'm going to move this because I think I might not be picking myself up properly. Turn myself up a bit too. It is so good. And, you know, there's so many kind of different parts to talk about within the movie as well. There's like tons of stuff to talk about, obviously, with the disease, the music, the performance, his vocal range. But there's two things that I wanted to focus on. Two new things that came up for me as I was watching it. The first is like how certain they were. There's a point in the movie where they're kind of going on their first tour. They're playing in pubs and they sell their van and commit 3 months' wages to hiring out a studio to record an album. Right? So certain were they of their identity, their persona, what they were going to achieve, so strong with their intentions. There was not even an ounce of the possibility of failure when they were going through that process, that it seemed like it was incredibly easy to be able to commit to what they were going to do. They didn't have like 1 foot out, like what if it doesn't work type of scenario. They had a clear vision of what success looked like. And that was all they were focusing on. When I was chatting with Chris Valet for the virtual summit, it was very, very clear that I had an abundantly clear vision of what failure looked like for the summit and what would happen to my life if I failed, like running out of money, having to go back and live with my parents, or whatever that might have looked like. It was quite a clear, distinct vision. Then he asked me, what's my vision for success? And I had absolutely nothing. And that's a huge difference between, like, I'm not going to go out and become queen. It's not really what I want to achieve. But can you imagine living life as if your success was assured? Could you imagine going forward with that level of confidence, that level of intensity, that level of certainty that things were going to be okay, that things were going to work out? Can you imagine the decisions and the choices that you would make if you approached your life as if success was guaranteed? The second thing that rung true for me was, and I realize this is the movie adaptation, and I don't know how much of this happened in real life, but Freddie Mercury, in the movie, Freddie Mercury, Rami Malek does such an incredible job, says to Brian and the boys, he says, you know, we need to think bigger than the pubs we're playing at. We need to record an album. Like, well, we don't have any money. We can't do that. How much will this van fetch? So they commit the money, they sell the van, And, you know, initially his bandmates looking incredulous. They're like, what? Sell the van? What are you talking about? But they still do it. They still support his vision. They still get behind him. And you notice this dynamic throughout the movie that, yes, there's pushback and there's frictions, but ultimately the vision is still there. It is still held by every member. So they support and back each other's decisions. They don't let fear get in the way and say, like, no, that's ridiculous, Freddie, or no, that's ridiculous, Brian. They're like, ooh, that's interesting. Let's explore that a little bit further. And it kind of made me think about this idea of having companions along your quest. This idea of, you know, in a lot of heroic fantasy adventures, of which I'm a huge fan, like Lord of the Rings is a classic example with the Fellowship of the Ring, right? This adventuring group of companions that go off on this quest. So, like, imagine if you combine those two things, right? You've got your vision, your dream, your thing that you really want to achieve, and you've got this crystal clear, compelling vision that drives you forward, and you're operating in life as if success is a guarantee, and all of the risks that you need to take, you're not letting fear get in the way of taking those risks. Add in the fact that you've got companions that share that dream, share that vision, that will not only support you when you're doing something kind of outlandish, maybe a bit out there, maybe a bit against what our ego mind might say that we should do. They will back you in that. Not only will they back you in that, but they'll even come up with their own stuff that you get to back them. Imagine having companions along that journey that did that for you. And you did that for them. And all around, you know, across each companion member, there was friction, there was personality, there was conflict, but there was also love. And there was that binding force of love for each other, love for the vision, love for the intention, love for the goal, to help guide their path. And those are the two big things that came up for me during that movie. And just imagine living life operating like that. And I sincerely believe both of those are possible, by the way. Right? Removing fear, embedding certainty, moving towards success, creating crystal clear vision, and having companions that will go along that journey with you. I 100% believe that is possible when you look for it. I don't know what the strategy is yet, but belief is the first step. I'll see if I can come up with a strategy. We'll see what comes of it. But that's me signing off for tonight, everybody. Good night, and bye-bye.